Okay. There it is. There it is. Have Guten. Yeah. So, this is my last night live streaming for like a week. I am not looking forward to it. Yeah, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stay away for a week because, you know, I can't ever stay away. Yeah. But I'm going to try at least until Monday. But I saw this thing. Well, apparently everybody saw it, but it's about this woman. Look, she was jealous of her daughter and started texting her daughter all sorts of foul shit. And then she was texting his. Oh, well, since when the fuck am I following Pierce Morgan? I don't even know that guy. Anyway, I was checking my stuff because I want to remember her name. Kendra something or other. And they're from Michigan. And I was like, oh my God. I forgot people in Michigan are a bit salty about shit all the time. Hey, cousin. It's my last night live. I hope everybody shows up because I get my teeth pulled tomorrow. Well, the rest stuff, I get them pulled tomorrow, and I am devastated. Oh my God. And then I got to take a week off, and I think I have an earache. Yeah. And then I think I have an earache. But, anyways, I haven't really caught up anything on this Kendra, this mom and daughter thing. This mom texting the daughter, delete yourself from God's YouTube. Your boyfriend's cheating on you. You're fat. You're anorexic. You're disgusting. Just texting her own daughter this shit, pretending to be a teenager. Look, it is fucking wild, man. It is the craziest shit. And the worst part, they're from Michigan. It's like, of course you're from Michigan. Because why not? Quite a few heads down. I don't know what that means, but we can smoke some weed, I think. I had some. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I want to take a drink of this soda first, but hold on. Let me mute myself before I choke to death. Okay, so we're going to text Wheels to come on over. Come on over, baby. Do you remember that song? It's Christina Aguilera. It was right before she started banging Fred Durst. Come on over. Come on over, baby. Hold on. We're going to tell Wheels right now. Son of a bitch. Hey, come to my live stream. It's the last one for like a week. I get my teeth pulled tomorrow. You know what? I'll just we'll copy and we'll just paste this everywhere. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'm doing things. Yeah, yeah. Doing things. Yeah, yeah. Ow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Check it out. Cuz, look, I pulled a muscle coughing. Oh, well, I'm sorry you're totally baked. But did I tell you I pulled a muscle coughing? Last time I pulled a muscle was from twerking. This time it's from coughing. Look, I'm having real problems. I don't know. Come on over. Come on over, baby. Why? Why? I haven't heard Christina Aguilera since like God, 2001, 2002, something like that. Oh no, listen. That was real fucking shit. Dude, I swear to God, it felt like I pulled my ass bone from my spine bone. I could not move for like 36 hours until look, it was really bad. I cried walking, cried so bad. And then Dustin thought I was faking it. Oh, yeah, he was real mad at me because I didn't clean the house for like a week, but I couldn't fucking move. At least this time it wasn't that bad. It happened, I think, when I taught the hippie girl to twerk at the Marilyn Manson concert. I think that was that time. Or it could have been at Green Jelly when I was showing the other girl how to do it right. Look, these girls make me mad because they try to twerk and they're not doing anything but jerking themselves all around for no reason. It's like, I gotta tell them. But I think the one at Marilyn Manson is the one where I pulled my back so hard I couldn't move. Yeah, that really happened. throw, throw it back does mean throw your back out. Look. Yeah, you should look. You should have seen. You should have seen Dustin's face at the Marilyn Manson concert because this girl, she was all over her boyfriend trying to be sexy and shit, but it was aggravating the fuck out of me. So I pulled her away from her boyfriend, and Dustin tried to yell at me like, "Get back here!" And I told him she's fucking doing it wrong. So then I showed her how to do it right at the Marilyn Manson concert. And everybody looked at me because remember, I'm like half crippled and shit. And I got mad brain injuries, and my coordination is not exactly right, except for when I'm dancing. When I'm dancing, I can do it right. So I showed her the penny, nickel, quarter, dime. I showed her how to twig. I showed her how to tick and how to whirl. And I didn't teach her any of the butt jumping or anything like that because she didn't have a butt and she's a hippie. What about twerking? I really did though. But look, you know the other thing that I used to love doing is dressing like a church lady and going to metal concerts. That is the absolute fucking best thing ever. Just wear your best, your Sunday's best, and go to a metal show. And then the best part is when you know all the words to every single one of their songs. So then everybody's looking at you like, what the fuck? Like, man, this is my favorite band. It's a good band. People get flipped out by that. And I told Dustin, next time we go to a show, we have to wear our Sunday's best. You don't have to wear a tie though, but we definitely have to dress up. Or riding my bike through the ghetto, blasting death metal. That is a thing that I don't recommend if you're not me. I mean, I suppose you could, but I feel like that's not a thing everybody could get away with. But going through the ghetto blasting death metal is a really cool thing. This one week, I don't remember when it was, but there were two gangsters like walking down the street. You know, they had the gold chain and shit like that or whatever. But then it just started raining out of nowhere. And these two guys were walking and it started raining and Dustin, he pulled up right next to him and was like, do you guys want to ride real quick? So they get in and get a ride, but the whole time he's listening to like doom metal, like I'll fucking kill you. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. That kind of music. And those guys, they they were just sitting there. And then Dustin's like, where do you guys want to go? I'm sure they were scared as shit. Could you imagine? Because Dustin's a big guy. Like he's a big, burly, bald dude, you know? So he pulls up next to these gangsters, like, want to ride? And he's listening to that heavy throat music. And these guys were so scared. That shit's also so amazing. The world is a great place. Yeah, I can imagine. Because sometimes it's just fun to do things out of the ordinary. And my life is always doing things out of the ordinary. So I am always quite pleased with myself. Pathology. I think I've heard Goat Horde before. But me, I like romantic metal. You know, shit like Cradle of Filth or Typo Negative, Demobile Gear. You know, bands and songs like that, romantic songs. Because I love music. I absolutely love music, which is probably why I don't have any of like the angry, vibes because I don't listen to anything but love songs, even the screamy metal kind, especially those kinds, because that shit's real love. It's so poetic, man. And love is great when it's poetic. So, you know, yeah, I love music. Yeah, I think love music is for a very specific type of person. Because not everybody feels love in the poetic way. They feel love in primal ways and different kinds of ways. But I'm guessing pathology and gohor, the what that's like angry death metal. More than likely, it's angry death metal. You should find a love song. Look, I think everybody left. Why does everybody keep leaving me? Look, just because I'm taking a break from the Bible doesn't mean I can't talk about other things. I can talk about other things. I'm just really bad at talking about other things because I am a Bible expert for some reason. And nobody wants to hear me talk about anything but the Bible. But I can't talk about the Bible until Monday. Well, if it's deep, then it's probably not angry. Yeah, aggressive. Maybe not angry, but aggressive. Aggressive metal. I mean, Wheels should be here. We're talking about music. Like, Wheels knows lots of music. Like, his life is music. Well, he's probably putting Max to sleep. You know what? I think I've decided to become a recluse. I don't exactly know what that entitle. I don't know what that entails, but I think I want to do it. Oh, yeah, so it is aggressive. It's just right wing aggressive. That's cool. But there's one band that I listen to, and I can't really listen to them too much or many songs in a row because I'm not exactly sure what they're saying because it just sounds like it's like I don't know what the fuck you're saying, but it's a dying fetus. That is a band that I listen to. And I listen to a lot of old Cannibal Corpse and 6 Feet Under. Oh, yeah, I listen to gangster rap. I love gangster rap, and, like, Bone Thugs and Harmony, I dig them, but I also dig the negative part of rap because I always like to think I'm gangster and could pull a strap, but I know I am not gangster and I have no business even having a strap. Oh, yeah, and I'm a juggalo all day. Look, well, anyway, there he is right there. Jimmy Juggalo. Okay. See, I will never do that again. But yeah, I listen to Juggalo music, but that's not gangster rap. That's not even rap. It's acid rock. Well, okay. Probably not acid rock, but I don't know. It I don't even know what to call it. It's underground awesomeness. And I'm an old juggalo, you know. I'm an old juggalo. I'm not too much into their new shit. Actually, I'm not into it at all. I haven't heard it. I quit listening after the raid and Hell's Pit after the six strokers card of the original deck. I I I know a few actually. The only song Dustin has ever dedicated to me, and I can't believe this communist even listens to Tom McDonald, was the song Ghost. Tom McDonald's Ghost. He dedicated that song to me. It's the only one in our fucking 20 years of knowing each other. Mm, over 20 years of knowing each other. That's the only song. And I didn't even know he listened to Tom McDonald. It's like, how can he be a communist? But there is a Tom McDonald song about the truth and people telling the truth and making videos telling the truth. And I said, Dustin, that's the exact reason I make my videos the way I do because of that right there. And I don't remember what the words were, but it was just like people spitting truth and everybody's seeing it or whatever, flipping the narrative. And then me and Dustin were arguing one time about something. And I said, "You hate my videos." And he said, "If I didn't think your videos were worth something, I wouldn't buy you the shit to make them." And I said, "Oh, that's the best compliment in the entire world, man." And I dig that shit, man, because at least even a communist sees that the truth. And he may only be letting me do it because he hates the Bible and he's mad at God or whatever, but he still lets me do it and still helps the videos progress. You know what I mean? He helps keep them going. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm I don't know. I'm kind of glad for Tom McDonald in a lot of ways because if it wasn't for Tom McDonald, Dustin would not help me keep my videos going. So I guess I owe Tom McDonald a thank you, you know, because I don't think Dustin would let me make my videos if it wasn't for Tom McDonald. Or at least one of Tom McDonald's songs, but I don't remember what it was. But it was one about flipping the narrative. All of his songs are like that, and I can't tell you which one it was. But that song is why Dustin lets me make my videos. Well, I suppose it could be, well, not let me make my videos, but help me have the stuff to make my videos. Yeah, because I can't buy that shit myself. Well, Trump would have to appear on a Tom McDonald music video, but he couldn't do that right now, not while he's president. He can't do anything like that while he's president. So, what do you think about the Charlie Kirk thing? I think it has to do with, well, the same reason why Obama never did when Jay-Z rapped about him all the time. Um, it has something to do with, I don't exactly know why, but they can't do something with the public. I don't know. I don't know. But as far back as I know, no president's ever been in a music video. Maybe he could be the first one. But shit is real unpredictable on a movie music. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it. I've only seen one thing on it. I know that both of my parents are highly affected. Like it's fucking with my mom and my dad. And I don't know why. It might be because he was so young. Well, they said it's because he's so young and it happened in front of his kids. Yeah, I wouldn't obsess over it. There's not much you can do. There's not much anybody can do. You know, just take up his mantle and become your own public speaker. You know, if if that is someone that inspires you, then no better time than now to keep his memory going. You know what I mean? But I'm not doing that. I've been wearing the same shirt for 3 days, drinking Coca Cola out the bottle. I am, I can't do very much of anything. Which eventually I'm gonna have to get myself back because I've lost myself. I feel like I've lost myself. And like, I don't know. I just feel like I could be doing something better, but I don't want to. I kind of almost feel like, what's the point anymore? Like, what's the fucking point? I don't, I don't know. I don't understand. I need to get back to the Bible is what I need to do. Cause fulfill my fucking purpose. I don't know, but like I feel like I don't have like I don't know. I should be doing things different. Well, my thing, I got a problem with them too. Because if they just did what they wanted to do, you know what I mean? Just go and find their own fucking purpose in the skin that they have, then they would be fine. Because then when you cut your pecker off and you chop your titties off and you're still the same miserable POS that you were with your pecker and your titties, then what are you going to do? They're going to go delete themselves from God's YouTube because they refuse to take a look at their inner self, do some soul searching, some self dialect, and they would realize no, their pecker's just fine. They have a mental illness. Nobody said you had to take medicine, but fucking talk to somebody, man. Being transgender is not a fad. It's not fashionable. It's clearly a mental illness that somebody should be looking at. Oh, you think you're a girl? Well, let's talk about that. Let's see if we can find you a purpose so you can have some meaning, so you can get joyful, so you could feel extreme happiness that comes from finding a purpose. Let's figure out what you're good at. You don't need to chop your thing off. Let's find what you're good at with your pecker. But no, nobody wants to do any self reflection. Self reflection would solve this problem. I say it a bit different than he does. I don't exactly remember his things because I quit watching Jordan Peterson over and over and over because I still got screamed at in my face trying to do Jordan Peterson. So I said, fuck it. And I still get screamed at in my face, but it's getting a lot better. But I figured out that effort will drive you to purpose, that will drive you to meaning, that will bring you joy, and joy will give you happiness. but you have to make effort. Find something you're good at, make effort, and your purpose will come from that effort. And your purpose will bring you meaning, and meaning will bring you joy, and joy will bring you happiness. But you have to make effort and keep making effort. Oh, no, no. Yeah, no, they've always hated me for that. Dude, I before I was banned from politics, I think I was kicked out of my house like 15 times. I argued for Trump. I have Trump's back even right now. I don't even care. I'm kind of mad at him. I don't know why gas prices didn't go back down. I'm kind of mad at him for that, but I will stand up for President Trump. Absolutely. Think I won't. But I called Dawson the communist to his face, to my neighbors. I'm like, well, the communists might not want to do that. And I wouldn't say they hate me. They don't hate me. Could you imagine if somebody actually hated me? I'm a pretty cool guy. I just don't like to put up with people's shit because I will scream at them in their face and then they'll scream at me in my face. And then it's just a whole thing. And I don't even know why politics is such a big fucking deal. You know, people hated Trump and they don't even know why they hate him. They just do. I don't know what the fuck it is. And then somebody called him up. I ain't voting for that Polak. What does Polak have to do with voting? Are you kidding me? Is that where we're at in life? That's so childish. But whatever. And then I'm voting for Biden because you're voting for Trump. Yeah, that was a thing that was said. Yeah, I don't know. But that was the thing that was said. But we're out of Trump season. We're out of Trump season. Now we get to find somebody new to hate. Yay. I can't wait to go against the grain with that one, too. I mean, just like they did with Trump, I'm just going to make a reason to hate whoever's next. I don't give a shit. I'll just make things up. I hate that guy because he's got a big nose. I hate that guy because his wife's a traitor. I don't know. I'll figure out something. It seems like that's what we're supposed to do. Just hate the person that everyone else loves. That's what I'm going to do. I wonder if people really say that to themselves. Like, I'm going to hate this guy because you like him. That's so illogical and stupid. Do people realize how stupid they sound sometimes? Do I realize how stupid I sound sometimes? The answer to that is no. because I think I sound amazing no matter what I say. Yeah. You know, that hatred is a self-cannibalizing thing because eventually when you run out of things to hate, you gotta hate each other. And then if you hate each other, your whole movement falls apart. Yep. And we're just waiting for them to eat themselves. And it's slowly happening. When you run out of things to be a when you run out of things to be hateful and hate, then you gotta start hating the things that the people around you like. And the people that are around you are the ones that support you. So you're gonna find something wrong with the people that support you. And then the next thing you know, your movement is eating itself alive. The movement on the right is very different because everybody wants to be smarter than everybody. Because every Republican believes in the freedom, but that means freedom to dislike each other's ideas. That's why the Republicans can never vote together like the Democrats do, because the Democrats don't care what it is, as long as they can get all of them to say yes. Republicans don't know how to stay together because they're always used to saying, let me see that. And then they want to change it to the way they want it. And then the next guy wants to change it the way he wants it. So Republicans can never agree because everybody wants to be smarter than everybody else. It and that and in my opinion, I believe that's what took them so long to write the Constitution and why they let a traitor write it. Look, and the traitor that wrote the Constitution, he put in there the way to cheat. The Democrats get away with what they get away with because the Constitution is a Democrat cheat sheet. It's a workaround. It gives a rule and then a way to work around it. Read the Constitution and tell me if it's not a cheat sheet for the Democrat Party. And the Republicans could also use it to their advantage if they learned how to agree. But they don't know how to agree. So it leaves the world flipped on its fucking head because the Republicans can't agree on anything. But the Democrats believe, all of them believe in the power of money and the power of destruction. Because if they destruct things enough, they have the cream, you know, they have the salve, but they can't figure out how to put the salve on the destruction to make it go away and make it better. No, because the Republicans can't agree on how to fix anything to begin with, so they make it worse. That's just my 2 cents. No, Democrats just wanna sound like they're smarter than you. They, as a collective, think they're equal. That's why they can agree on anything and everything at any given time. They don't care if the world implodes as long as they're on the winning side. But they don't realize that the people they're working with on the other side is not going to give a shit about them because they are known to be traitors. They're going to get it worse than anybody else because the other guys know they're traitors. They will never trust them. Ever. And I don't know why nobody realizes that. When you play with the devil, you get burnt. They're playing with the devil. They're gonna get burnt. Well, I was in the Q movement, sort of. I wasn't all the way in it, because I can't change anything, but I was on one of the servers. And for a long time, everybody was great working together. But then everybody started being smarter than everybody else, wanted to, and I was guilty of this, wanting to run the conversation, even though I'm not even smart at all. But other people were testing their knowledge, trying to be smarter than the next guy, smarter than the next guy. And it's like, no, I don't know what the Q movement was supposed to turn into. I have no idea. But I do know that it turned out to be a giant library. You can find information on lots of things if you know how to look for it or you know what to look for. It's a giant digital library on all sorts of things. And n- e- everybody took the Q movement for granted. It was telling people, get involved with politics. I'm giving you all this information, do something with it. And nobody did anything with it. Nobody joined the government to try to drain the swamp. You know, if you're draining something, something has to come in and fill it up. The light's going to fill it up. The light needs people of the light to work. But no, nobody saved the government. Nobody did anything. Everybody left Trump alone. And why? Because everybody wants to be smarter than everybody. And they miss the whole fucking point. I I am a digital soldier that nobody pays attention to because I got brain injuries. And I have a really messy life. And I kind of burned my bridges with the Q movement. Um, and I just saw the opportunity that everybody missed trying to be smarter than everybody. And I was telling them, join the government. Man, if you're getting rid of something, if you're draining something out of the toilet, new water comes to fill it up. The light isn't going to sanitize it if there's no light there. Children of the light are not as smart as children of the dark. And we can see that right now because children of the light are just sitting on their hands, on their keyboards, being digital soldiers. But soldiers do things, you know. Soldiers fight. Nobody fought. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Only a 17-year-old boy was willing to stand up for his city. That's crazy. Since when does that happen? Never. There should have been adults. Nobody is standing up for anything. Everybody's sitting on their hands. Everybody left Trump alone. What are you thinking, Ricky? Tell me what you're thinking. I don't know what kind of war we're in, but we're definitely in some kind of war, aren't we? Damn. Hollywood. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. All right, what are you thinking, cuz? Because I got to go here shortly. I think this is closer to the bourgeoisie than any kind of cultural war. This is poor people against rich people. It's bougie. And but see, the poor people, they're the trans, they're the outcasts, they're the ones that don't fit in. Those are the people that the higher classes are using as pawns to try to strip down the middle class and make all of us feel some kind of way. But all this shit's being used against us. It's weapons. They plant these little ideas in people, then people that feel weird about themselves and don't have a purpose and can't find meaning and can't get the fuck out of their grandma's basement and away from the fucking video games start feeling some kind of way because that's the only thing they hear because they don't ever leave their fucking grandma's basement. And that's the only thing they fucking hear. So when they finally get out of their grandma's basement, it's just like what happens to motherfuckers right when they get out of prison. They can't handle it. So then they start driving themselves crazy about it. And then, boom, you know what I mean? Well, this is Angel Boot Camp. I've already said that. Earth is Angel Boot Camp. That's where God sends his angels to get tough enough to go into God's army up there. Because Jesus said the spiritual battle is happening right now and God needs soldiers. We're down here at Angel Boot Camp. It's also Demon Boot Camp. It's where demons learn how to be demons, to go into Satan's army. You know what I mean? We're down here to learn what kind of fucking people we are. What kind of people are you, man? Are you a strong people? Can you make it through? Can you endure? If you endure Angel Boot Camp, you get to go up there and be in God's army. But you have to make it all the way through until you die. Naturally, or, every way but by yourself. You know what I mean? Well, I know a lot about a little bit. No, I know a little bit about a lot of it. I know little about a lot. Are you too high for me, Ricky? That's okay. It's 11:11. Dear God, please protect Trump. Please. He needs it. Okay. So I got to go to bed soon, shortly. I got to get up at like 5 in the morning. I got to take my medicine. Ain't it great to be crazy? Ain't it great to be crazy? Well, you know I am, cuz. But explain yourself. And we both know I'm mentally built different. And it has nothing to do with my brain injuries. I think that's why I feel like I have the right to call myself a sage because I'm mentally built different. And I'm telling you what, I cannot wait to put back on my wig. Man, I can't wait to put it back on. I feel like me putting back on my wig is like The Undertaker if he put back on the hell hat and the trench coat. He said he's never going to do it again, and he probably will never do it again. But I feel like me putting on back on my wig is that special of a moment. Wait, hold on. You're able to take. See, but that's word magic, though. The backwards, the backward logic I'm using is they're word magicking the things I'm saying because what I'm saying is true, and they say it backwards, so it seems like it's wrong. It's word magic. No, I can't drive, but I can write books. I write books for fun, although I haven't picked up my book in a long fucking time. But I haven't picked up my book in a long time. But I think my brain injury gave me something. I don't want to say it gave me cojones because I had cojones long before my brain injury, but I didn't have the balls like I have now to actually immerse myself in the Bible. I would have never done that. But my brain injury makes life really fun. Even though everybody gets really embarrassed at me and really mad at me, but I have a good time. Oh, I love philosophy. Actually, that's a motherfucking lie for real because I've never read a philosophy book ever in my life. I just take some things I hear other philosophers say, and then I'm like, that's so fucking right. And then I expand on that. I've never actually read a philosophy book, though. No, but my brain injury makes it way better. And actually, my brain injury gets me a lot more attention than if I didn't have a brain injury. But I feel like my brain injury gives me an excuse to be myself in front of people that are way better than me. You know, people that are snobby. Those are the best because I just say random shit. Like this one time, there was a chick with big boobs, and she was my nurse, and I was staring at her boobs. And then somebody said she was pregnant, and I was like, "Oh shit! I just thought you had big boobs." And she was like, "What?" It was the best thing ever. Yeah. Does Machiavelli teach you word magic? Because politicians speak as word magic. Damn. Cousin, did I tell you I pulled my back coughing? I pulled my back muscle coughing, and it is the absolute worst shit ever. Ooh, yeah. So it is like expert level word magic. Yeah, expert level word magic. Yes. Oh my God. What the fuck? Damn. Okay. Huh. I just broke something, I think. All right. Are you ready to go, cousin? In like 8 minutes. Well, yeah, 8 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. I have 816 followers on Twitter. I don't interact with any of them. Well, there was one girl. Okay. Good night. All right. So, yeah. They're on all my social medias. I don't interact with anybody. And maybe I should start posting things and interacting with people, but I don't I don't get into that shit anymore. And maybe Maybe I should because I'm trying to be a personality. So maybe I should. But I don't know. I email my first ever super fan. I email him all the time. I talk to you all the time. I don't know. I think I like the smaller community. I think I like this better than like being out there and getting, you know, followers and people that watch my videos that don't interact. I don't know. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say because I do want a large community, but I don't want a large community that feels like strangers. I like that we're all cool with each other. Right. The big community can be fun, but then nobody knows anybody. And I don't know. I've, I don't know. I grew up and I live where everybody knows everybody. Well, most everybody knows everybody. Damn, damn. Okay. I do have to go to bed. All right. I love you. Yeah. Because then we don't got to kick anybody out or start with drama or anything like that. Because I watched the, now I can't even say I watched it, but like streams that are nothing but trolls. It's like, I don't want that. That's stupid. I'm not into that. But anyway, I have to go because I do have a dentist appointment in the morning. I'm getting all my teeth pulled. Mm. But it should be okay because at the end of the day, it is my fault. Yes, exactly, Michael. We make it work. All right. I love you, cousin. I don't know how to shut this off. Okay. And oh, I found it. Okay. Good night, cousin. I love you. Who's the least extreme personality in this community? Mm, I don't know because Miss Muddy has her thing going on. Red Feather. I don't know. Mm, I don't know. Everybody's pretty extreme in our community, though. When it came down to it, I've only been kicked off Facebook one time. I don't know because I met Miss Muddy. She was into some shit, but then Feather and Firefly both knew what the hell she was talking about, and they were in on it. And Teddy, he's just a troll from way back, they said. He was their friend, but he's real bad. Fred. Fred, he doesn't chat, but he is the less extreme. Yep. He he doesn't I am the worst thing in that guy's life. Fred is the less extreme. He doesn't even talk. I wonder if he's gonna see this and then be like, what the hell are you saying my name for? But just know I said it because it's true. You are the least extreme, Fred. Yep. Anyway, I'm hitting the exit button right now. I love you so much. Bye, cousin.